Alright, so the main character finds himself inside the manga that he was reading last night. God, just imagine if it was a horror manga that he was reading. But in any case, think what would be worse than a horror manga. Oh, you know. It's when you're in an NTR manga, but even worse, he becomes the scumbag character who he hates the most. The very man that does the NTRing. How exciting!
No!
Anyways, this is the first time for me to recap something related to NTR, and honestly, I'd like to keep it that way, but technically this isn't an NTR. Don't worry, we'll go into explaining here, just hear me out, okay? So this is why we're going to be talking about I was reincarnated as the scumbag from a Netorare manga, but the heroine is coming onto me. Yeah, that's right, these names are just getting fucking ridiculous. Our story begins with Ryuichi's disdain for NTR manga led to an unsettling discovery, when what he thought was a romance story turns out to be, well, the very elements he despised. Nightmares plagues him after reading it. Dreams he hoped were mere figments of imagination, yet his reality is twisted when he awoke to find himself bearing the visage of the villain he detests. Fighting to compose himself, Ryuichi is now trapped in the antagonist's persona, fully grappling with the memories inherited from the manga. With a shattered sense of direction, he sought solace in a late-night stroll, only to realize the intimidating effect his appearance had on others. Chance leads him to a distressing scene where two men are harassing a girl. And stepping in, Ryuichi's mere presence disperses the aggressors. And to his astonishment, the girl he rescued was none other than Shizuna, the pivotal figure from the manga's dark storyline. Struggling with the dichotomy between his newfound intimidating appearance and the desire to reshape his fate, Ryuichi cautiously approaches Shizuna. Her instinctive fear shatters his resolve, prompting a heartfelt apology and a gentle directive for her safety. In an unexpected turn, Ryuichi's display of kindness touches Shizuna, evoking gratitude in a manner unseen in the original narrative. His genuine warmth surprised even himself, sparking a realization. He possessed the power to rewrite the impending narrative. Vowing to defy the dark path laid out in the manga, Ryuichi makes a difficult choice to distance himself from Shizuna. And as she hurried away, her racing heart betrayed an unexpected flutter at the sight of Ryuichi's uncharacteristic smile. Despite the unfamiliar change in Ryuichi's life, his life continues as he has made up his mind, and he promises to do his very best to avoid the path that is written on his fate. There is no way in hell he will become the character who he is destined to be.
Oh, hell no.
The following morning found Ryuichi in an unprecedented scenario: punctual attendance at his class, and his classmates recoil at his presence, interpreting his slightest glance as a menacing stare. Yet when Shizuna enters, she broke the tension with her classmates, warm greetings, singling out Ryuichi to express her gratitude for his assistance the other day, and her smile unwavering. Internally conflicted, Ryuichi regretted engaging with Shizuna in the first place, his original plan being to maintain distance, and as he wrestled with his thoughts, he sensed someone's intense gaze fix upon him. Turning, he catches sight of Sohei Shinozaki, the story's protagonist, glaring spitefully. An action premature considering Ryuichi hadn't initiated any conflict yet, and determined to avoid catalyzing the narrative's NTR trajectory, Ryuichi resolved to steer clear of trouble. And later jolted by the school bell, Ryuichi realized the day had slipped into evening. Deserted by his classmates who left without rousing him, as he prepared to depart, wilted flowers caught his eye, neglected in dirty water. Just as he moved to rectify this, Shizuna unexpectedly returns, claiming to have forgotten something. Inadvertently slipping into his uncharacteristic behavior, Ryuichi explained his intent to change the water, startling Shizuna. Sensing his deviation from his intended path, Ryuichi attempted to flee the room, but Shizuna follows. And despite his efforts, she remained, ostensibly concerned about the flowers. While changing the water, Ryuichi questions her motives. Flustered, Shizuna insisted it was solely about the flower's well-being. And as the flower showed a hint of revitalization, a rush of excitement enveloped Ryuichi. He sought validation, asking Shizuna if they appeared more vibrant than before. And in a surprising turn, Shizuna smiles and remarks on the rumors swirling about Ryuichi, labeling him as the school's notorious delinquent with a penchant of unruly behavior. Yet to her, he appeared as a different person, a kind one. Ryuichi vehemently denied her assessment, insisting he harbored no such kindness. However, Shizuna held onto her belief, citing his recent actions as proof. Realizing that Shizuna was developing a much too positive perception of him, Ryuichi, haunted by the villainous traits from the original story, resolved to shatter her optimistic view. Slamming the wall near her, he issues a warning, intending to instill caution in her presence. Initially panicked, Shizuna's reaction seemed to confirm Ryuichi's success, until her flushed cheeks and heavy breathing betrayed a different response. A sudden realization struck Ryuichi. He'd overlooked a crucial plot point from the manga. In the story, Shizuna is an innocent whose hidden desires are awakened by the villain's actions. Fearing his misstep, he swiftly retraced his words, passing them off as a joke before hastily fleeing. Arriving home, Ryuichi admonished himself to tread carefully, steering clear of one-on-one interactions with Shizuna to avert the impending NTR storyline. During a routine grocery trip, fate interceded as he unexpectedly encountered Shizuna once again. Desperate to evade, Ryuichi attempts to leave, but she recognizes him, inquiring about his shopping. Observing his purchase of instant noodles, Ryuichi explained his reliance on them, admitting his lack of culinary skills due to a solitary existence without family. Seeing Shizuna's concern, Ryuichi tried to withdraw, but her apology and evident worry made him uneasy. And when she offers to cook dinner at his place, well, he swiftly declined without hesitation, determined to maintain distance and avoid any further entanglement in the narrative. Reluctantly acquiescing to Shizuna's persistence, Ryuichi found himself reluctantly welcoming her into his home. As she busied herself in the kitchen, he grappled with devising an exit strategy, yet her caring presence stirred an unexpected comfort within him. Shizuna prepares a hearty meal and potato stew with rice, and its aroma beckoning Ryuichi's senses, and entranced by its taste, he was drawn into savoring every bite. With a childlike smile, Shizuna inquired about the meal's quality, prompting Ryuichi to admit it was the best he's ever tasted. However, the satisfying meal only briefly distracted him from its purpose, sending her home. Amidst Shizuna's offer to help with the dishes, an accident occurs. In an attempt to stereotypically prevent her fall, Ryuichi ended up stumbling alongside her. A charged moment followed as she grasped his shirt, a temptation he contemplated succumbing to, but a sudden flashback from the original manga jolts him back to reality. Apologizing and retreating, Ryuichi doubted if the flashback truly related to Shizuna. Yet he felt the urgency to keep his distance, fearing a loss of control over his emotions. As he escorts her home, he thanks her for the meal, attempting to push her away by admitting to past relationships with numerous women. Shizuna's response, however, catches him off guard. Unfazed by his words, she admits she couldn't abandon him, hinting at a deeper connection. Misunderstanding her intentions, Ryuichi questions her, only to be met with her quiet dismissal, and upon reaching her home, Ryuichi bid her farewell. However, Shizuna, with an enigmatic smile, assured him of returning to cook for him once again, leaving him puzzled. Her cheerful demeanor faltered as she retreated to her home, collapsing onto her bed. As thoughts of Ryuichi filled her mind, Shizuna couldn't shake the image of his adorable demeanor while enjoying the meal she had prepared for him. She felt a sense of contentment in having to cook for him, recalling his gallantry when he saved her from the fall. And her mind starts to wander into forbidden thoughts of intimate seduction until her phone's ring snaps her back to reality and saves her channel from demonetization.
Yes! Yes!
If I had been trying to show what this nasty girl can daydream in her mind while she is alone, my channel would have been banned already. Now, it was Sohei, the manga's protagonist, checking in after witnessing her return home. Concerned, he inquired about Ryuichi's behavior at school, attempting to caution her about the widespread rumors surrounding him. Struggling to defend Ryuichi's character, Shizuna's explanation was abruptly cut short by Sohei's warning. Claiming weariness, she hastily ended the call, still holding onto her belief in Ryuichi's kindness despite the warnings. On the other end, Sohei couldn't help but worry about Shizuna, puzzled by her trust in Ryuichi over himself. Meanwhile, at Ryuichi's place, thoughts of Shizuna's delectable meal lingered, making it very challenging for him to refuse her future visits, especially considering her culinary prowess. A knock at his door disrupted his thoughts, however. An intimate wink friend from college, Chisa Yorumi, stumbles in exuding the scent of alcohol. Observing the tidiness of his place, Chisa teased him about a supposed new romantic interest, but Ryuichi opted not to explain his peculiar situation. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I could have never been able to comprehend my thoughts around women looking like these. Anyways, attempting to create distance, Ryuichi inquired about her relationship status. Unexpectedly, Chisa confessed that Ryuichi was the sole person in her life and reminisced about their close bond, revealing her intention to spend the night. Her suggestive proposition left Ryuichi baffled, unsure how to navigate this unexpected encounter. I'm not hard, you are, my friend. That is for sure. Got a whole 1-incher down there? Same. It's average, okay? We're average bros. It's average. The next day found Shizuna inadvertently standing outside Ryuichi's place, trying to convince herself it was a mere coincidence. Just a little coinkadink, you know? Not a deliberate visit. Her anticipation fizzles when Ryuichi emerges, accompanied by Chisa, unknowingly shattering her hopes, as Chisa bid Ryuichi goodbye with a kiss on the cheek and promised another visit. Shizuna's heart ached, assuming the woman had stayed over at Ryuichi's. Walking to school, a sharp pain pierces Shizuna's heart as she ponders why Ryuichi's presence hurt, despite the rumors and his admission to being that kind of a person. Unexpectedly, Sohei appears, surprising Shizuna. Attempting concern, he approached her, but she rebuffed his gestures, and she walks away, leaving him disappointed. Suddenly, Ryuichi intervened, catching Shizuna as she nearly stumbles into danger. His gentle reminder about road safety, following by a comfort gesture of patting her on the head, which momentarily calmed her. Though Ryuichi quickly made his escape, realizing his inadvertent interaction. From a distance, Sohei seethes with envy, witnessing their exchange. In a sudden shift, a scene unfolds featuring Saki, a woman drinking a non-alcoholic beverage at a bar, and Ryuichi appears before her with a mischievous look, offering companionship. Saki opened up about her loneliness after losing her husband, prompting Ryuichi to promise to alleviate her pain. As Ryuichi abruptly woke up from his slumber, the memory he'd experienced wasn't a dream but a haunting recollection from his past life. Lost in reflections about his tainted past, a familiar voice broke the silence. He hoped it wasn't Shizuna, but alas, it turned out to be precisely her. She finds him alone on the school rooftop, curious about his solitude. Ryuichi, without explanation, coldly deflected her inquiry. Shizuna hesitates, contemplating asking about the earlier encounter with the girl, but settles on inquiring about his eating habits. His dismissive retort stung, as he rebuffed her concern, mentioning his plan to visit a bar later. An uneasy feeling settled within her, and prompting her to suggest accompanying him to ensure he only drank non-alcoholic beverages. Despite his resistance, Shizuna insisted, exchanging banter as the winds of YouTube privacy policy reveals her innocent knee-high socks, and you know what, prompting an awkward moment, which was swiftly rectified. Man, this manga surely wants us to lose our channel, that's for sure. I can bet 50k on that without thinking twice. Shizuna tries her best to cover herself and persists in saving our channel from getting banned. Thanks to this waifu. Thank you, Shizuna. Thank you. Later that evening, Shizuna informed her mother about meeting a friend for dinner. Her mother playfully hinted at joining them, unaware of the underlying tension. Reluctantly, Ryuichi took Shizuna to the bar from his flashback, cautioning her. However, she remained confident in his ability to rescue her if need be. As they enter, the bartender's disapproving glare meets Shizuna, warning her about Ryuichi's intentions as he had seen what happened last time. Ryuichi intervened, calming the situation and asserting his harmless intent, when suddenly the woman from his flashback enters. A very familiar face recognized not only by Ryuichi, but also by Shizuna's mother, causing a moment of unexpected recognition and tension in the air.
Oh, hell no!
Marvel's Endgame theme song for our guy. Rest in peace, let's go. In any case, this will be it for today, and we will be surely coming back with another story, and quite possibly a part 2, if you guys are interested. But please let us know as we follow through the comment sections, and we will keep on checking for your opinions. And if you have already liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe, as it inspires us to create more content just like this. And don't you worry, because as for now, we'll catch you later. See you in the next one.